Hello guys, late na ako. I'm going to my seminar. Oh my god, until now we're searching the building. So please join me on this day. Happy good morning everyone and keep on watching. So this is it guys, I'm here in the cab until now and then I'm going to the seminar wherein I am attending, sponsored by the Jhonson and Jhonson. So join me guys.
This one.
Building 14?
Yes.
Yeah, please drop me there. So nandito na tayo guys, sa baba na tayo. Just join me with this beautiful day. This where? On the opposite side, brother?
Yes.
Then we'll take U-turn.
Yeah, no have U-turn here.
No, there is. Yeah, the next one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know because if I'm coming there and when I have car, I usually do there. Late na naman ako guys, as usual. 5822055548. So it is in 7th floor.
Your company name?
Ay, Kabalo. So late na tayo guys. So we are going to 7th floor.
A few moments later.
I always tell my husband this, sometimes I have 2 young kids. I have a 7-year-old, I have 2 kids that just turned 7 and one just turned 9. They're still small. And sometimes he gets upset and I'm like, listen, if you talk to them with a strong tone, no one's listening to you. Like absolutely nobody is listening to you because all everyone is focused on is the fact that your tone is harsh, right? But if you say the same thing, right? We need to communicate that with their actual other doctors. We have to communicate what we're finding with them or tell them to sort it out because if your diabetes isn't controlled, your prescription is going to change, right? You can get diabetic macular edema, you can get, prolific diabetic retinopathy, or non-prolific, but there's things that are there. In this region, the diabetes is very high, right? So we're in a geographical location where there's a high percentage of patients with diabetes, blood pressure, autoimmune diseases, and all that funnels into expressing itself with dry eye being a symptom. So we need to just explain it to them. In whichever way you like, think of 2 sentences that make patients understand why you're asking them. So they don't feel, don't take it personally. So patient communication is important, like we said. And this is the whole goal, right? How do I get the most useful information in the shortest period of time? So I like to just in your mind go through. I need to know about their medications. I need to know about how they use their eyes. I need to know about what hobbies they have, what job they do. Just ask them. You have a list. You ask them the questions. When you're doing something, they're talking and you're hearing it and right? And you can document whatever you need to, right? Right? If you go with one specific lens design, right? With one manufacturer. So you don't really need it as much for soft lenses anymore, like we did when we were in school and we had to determine what the base curve would be, right? Remember that equation? It's not like that anymore. We don't need to. So that's why accurate, right? There's a lot of error in that, right? And we can either use the keratometer or even the autorefractor to look at the corneal curvature as a baseline. It's good to know. I like to write it down in my chart. Even in an autorefractor, if the K's change over time, there's something going on, right? And I'll know. But it also allows us to see if there's any pathology, right? There's corneal warpage, keratoconus. Keratometry can actually give us a lot of information as well. It's just something that we don't think of, I think, a lot of times, of how important it can be. So when we, the keratometer, why don't we use it as the prescription? The autofractor, why don't we use it as the prescription? Why is it not reliable? An autorefractor. We all said it's not reliable, right? It's not accurate. It gives us a ballpark, but why is it not? Yeah, accommodation. What else? Is it over minus or over plus patients? An autorefractor. Amblyopia, you're not even going to get a good reading, right? But does an autorefractor inherently over plus or over minus patients? It over minus is because of proximal accommodation, right? Yeah. So if you put a patient in a pair of glasses that's already over minus, how easy is it to take away that minus from a myo? Is it easy? Take away 50? It's so hard. Because myopes, we like everything crisp, crisp, crisp. The darker, the smaller, the better, right? Yeah, so you always need to err on the side of caution. Whenever I get an autorefractor reading printout for my patient, I literally add 50. And that's what I put in the foreopter before I put it onto the patient. I just literally add 50 and then I put it on. I'm gonna give them the minus anyway, right? But I like to blur them so that they're not accommodating and so that they know, okay, this is really blurry. What's that least minus, most plus that I can give them for them to see well. So that's like a little tip that I use that I feel like it really does help me from preventing over minusing my patients. So how do you choose the power of the Vert contact, the first contact lens you trial? Direct from autorefractor, raise of hands. Direct from autorefractor, anyone? All of you guys get 100. Autorefractor plus subjective refraction, anyone? Autorefractor, and then you take that autorefractor reading and you do a subjective refraction.
The first contact lens.
Subjective refraction meaning the refraction behind a foreopter, or if you don't have a foreopter, using the trial frame.
Trial lenses.
You know which one's better, 1 or 2? Who does that? Contact lenses. Nobody? Just you? Okay. Current spectacle power? You just take the current specs and say, okay,
No.
this is my, okay. Just a subjective refraction. Okay. I'm happy with one of these two.
Yeah. Autoref and
Because what's the
subjective.
most important thing here?
Then after, check the current
You
spectacle.
don't even have to do an autorefractor if you don't want to. You can kind of ballpark it, right?
Yeah.
On what? How their visual acuity is.
Yes.
Right? What does the visual acuity give us?
Baseline wherein the patient could see, and then at least you have the idea which until what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uncorrected, right? Well,
Yes.
An uncorrected visual acuity, if it's not so bad like me where you can't even see the E,
Yeah.
and then like, let me just
What
give
to
them two.
improve.
But if they can, let's say, see 20/80, right? You know that every line is about how much correction. So let's say from 2020 to 2025. What kind of correction do you think that is? It's a rule, it's called Edgar's rule. Every line of VA, it's a quarter. It's a quarter. So if you know a patient's seeing 20/40, then you know it's about -1, right? About, give or take, 75, -1, somewhere around there. Plus or minus, probably minus, maybe +2 if they're accommodating a lot, but you kind of know. And then you can just start from there. But the subjective refraction is the most important. This I can.
A few moments later.
There you go. Here's some. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Just bring your pen with you. Okay. Yeah. It used to be like a little hard. Well, let's do it. Okay, go. Now look, she's not adjusted again, right? This is my overall view, okay? I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit so there's not that much reflection. Can you look straight ahead right here? There you go. So look, it might be uncomfortable for them a little bit, but overall it's better. The diffuse light really makes it less uncomfortable, right? So this is my overall view. You see I have low mag, so this is high mag. You see how much it can magnify? This is low mag, right? So look at that. I'm looking at the entirety of the ocular adnexus.
3 hours later.
What's this?
I was thinking the same thing. This time there is no
Your choice is international, Indian, Arabic. The one that I choose is international. So what we'll see what is in international. So there is water, and then so much, so much. Not bad, not that much compared to me. We're just close.
You want me to apply in Abu Dhabi department? He is what sales, this guy.
1 hour later.
Grabe guys, napuno agad. Ang daming tao, daming sumakay. Na estudyante. Oh, para ng palengke. Ano ba yan? Parang palengke, pinasok mo. Grabe.
The next station is the next station is the next station is Al Hubayda.
Hour later.